Here is Mr. Nye's flash review of adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. We're going to fly through this, so this is just a quick check-in. So here we go. When you have two fractions that you're adding together, and you can see one can fit into the other, 5 can definitely go into 10, that means I do not need to change my tenths. All I need to change is this one fraction because I must have common denominators. So I'm going to turn this one into tenths by multiplying by 2. Whatever I do to the bottom, I must do the exact same thing to the top. So I must multiply the denominator by 2 to get tenths, and multiply -1 times 2 to get -2. Now I can just bring down this fraction, and now I have -2 tenths plus 3 tenths. -2 plus 3 gives me 1. My answer is 1/10. Next, we got to be thinking about this multiplication chart. We're looking for any common multiples. This is what we did in class yesterday. So the last one, we were looking at fifths and we were looking at tenths. And we saw that both columns have that 10 in each. So that was our common denominator. That's why we picked that one. So now in our next problem, we're going to be looking at two that where we have to change both fractions. Here we have to change both because 4 doesn't fit into 6 and 6 doesn't fit into 4, but they do have common multiples. This is where we look at our multiplication chart again, or think about our multiples. We're dealing with sixths and we're dealing with fourths. So now we're looking to see which of these which multiples do they have in common. And what I'm seeing here is I see that they share a 12 in common. And we can find even more as we go higher. We have 24s in common, we have 36s in common, and we have 48ths in common. I'm definitely going to only pick my least common multiple because that saves me work. So I'm going to pick these 12ths. I want to turn both of them into 12ths, picking the least common multiple. So here, as we're looking here, I need to turn both of these into 12ths. I turn this one into 12ths by multiplying by 2. And I multiply this one by 3 to turn it 12. So whatever we do to the bottom must do to the top. So 6 times 2 gives me 12. 4 times 2 gives me 8. And then I have 4 times 3 to give me 12. And I have 1 times 3 to give me 3. Now when I'm adding, I have 8 twelfths plus 3 twelfths, and that gets me 11 twelfths. Last thing I look for is to simplify. Is there anything I can divide evenly out of 11 and 12? Since there is not, my answer is done. That's been our flash review. Good luck.